All right. All right. Okay, so let me check to make sure this is streaming. And then let me get this shared. So I want to make sure everyone um, is able to see this information. So just one moment here. Let me get it shared so I can see it's on. Let me just go really quickly. But come on in, come on in. Let me get this shared. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let's see where I'm going to share this to. Credit repair. So we're going to talk about credit repair. Let me just get this saved. And get it saved. All right. Oh, excuse me, guys. Let me get this saved. Let's see here. I kind of don't know where information at just because um there's so many stipulations and groups that don't want you to share. So let's see. But come on in, give me a few moments. I'm going to get started. We're going to talk about credit repair. I've been getting a lot of inboxes, text messages about, hey Toya, how do I go about getting my credit fixed? So I'm going to give you some things that I did for my personal credit. I'm going to give you the steps that I took to get my credit situation um, under control. So I'm not going to share it to a lot of groups again because I just don't know what groups have what rules, and I don't want to get put in Facebook jail. So I think I have enough shared. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. I won't be on here long, but I did want to do a live. I told you guys yesterday I was going to be thinking about some things that I wanted to share with you guys. And I did a post on my personal Facebook page yesterday, the day before, I can't really remember, and a few days ago about my credit score and about some things that I had been fighting for months with this company to delete that information off of my credit. And they finally gave in. Yay. I'm very determined. When I'm determined and I got my mindset to something, we can go back and forth all day, months, a year, 2 years, whatever. We want to give them away eventually. But yes, they did go ahead and remove that collection account from my credit. And so I was just sharing that information on my personal Facebook page. And every time I do that, I always get a lot of people asking me what I did um to get my credit the way to where it is. So I wanted to just jump on here and give some information as far as the steps that I took for my personal credit. Now, I'm not a credit guru. I do have some knowledge about how to dispute things on your credit and how to get your credit and where you want it to be. Excuse, we're on lockdown, so you guys are going to hear my kids, but I got some things that you guys can do in order to get your credit to the point where you want it to be. Now, it does take time and patience. So it's nothing that is going to just happen overnight. So if you're willing to do these things, you can definitely get that credit score that you are looking to get, which will then allow you to get some things that you may be you've been having your eye on. So let's talk about credit repair. Credit repair. One of the first things that you are going to have to do when you are starting the process to fix your credit is, for one, you got to know what's on your credit. So you can do that by getting your free credit score, your free credit report. You get one free credit report every year from all three bureaus. So you can go about it that way, or you can go sign up for Credit Karma or Credit Sesame in order to get the TransUnion and the Equifax information. And then you can go sign up for Experian.com in order to get that information. Once you have access to all three credit bureau, you will be able to know and find out what collection accounts are on your credit. That's what you are going to want to attack first, is the collection accounts, because those have the biggest impact on your credit. So again, you want to go sign up for Credit Karma and Credit Sesame. Credit Karma or Credit Sesame, they're pretty much the same. They'll give you TransUnion and Equifax, and then you're wanting to go sign up for Experian in order to get their information. And I say sign up for all, so you'll be able to view all three, because not all companies report to all three credit bureaus. There may be a company that shows up in one credit bureau that doesn't show up on the other ones. So you want to have access to all three, so you'll know how who to fight and what to do. So once you sign up for Credit Karma or Credit Sesame, you're going to go sign up for Experian. Once you sign up, and I have my little bullet points, you guys. Once you sign up for Credit Karma or Credit Sesame or Experian, you're going to want to again view the accounts that are on your credit as collections. Once you view those, it will give you the name of the company, and it will also give you their address. You want to make sure that you get their address, because you're going to be sending out letters to that company. So get their name, get their address. Once you get their name and address, your next step is going to be sending your debt validation letters. You're going to send your debt validation letters to all three credit bureaus and the creditor. So it's going to be a total of 4. If that collection account shows on all three credit bureaus, you're going to send a total of 4 letters. If it doesn't show up on all three credit bureaus, you're going to just send it to whatever credit bureau that a collection account is showing on, plus that creditor. When you're preparing your letters, the letters can be typed or handwritten. I know some people that do the handwritten in blue ink on a yellow legal pad. I did both. I did the yellow legal pad in blue ink. I did the type letters. But when you're doing that, it's very important And it may be small and you probably don't think it's important, but it's very important that if you do the type letters that you enter the account number and you put your signature in blue ink. And the reason why is for whatever reason, it prevents that letter from being scanned through the system and being compiled with all the other letters. It forces that company to actually put eyes on your debt validation letter or whatever letter you're sending. It forces them to put eyes on it, which forces them to actually address your concern. So either you can handwrite it, but make sure it's in blue ink, or you can type it. Make sure if you do type it that you put the account number in blue ink and you put your signature in blue ink. Now, once you have your letters typed up or wrote up, and you are ready to send them out to the credit bureaus, then you want to make sure that you are sending those letters by certified mail. And it's important that you send it by through certified mail is because you want a record to show when that company received that letter. Because once they receive that letter, they have 30 days to respond to you. If they do not respond to you in those 30 days, they have to remove that information from your credit report. You will not be able to prove to the credit bureau that that company did not respond to you in those 30 days if you do not have proof of the day and time that they received that letter, unless you send it certified mail. So when you're ready, make sure that you send your debt validations or any following letters that you may have to send to that company. Make sure you send it by certified mail. Okay. Now, if the creditor responds back to you and they do not remove that collection account from your credit, you are going to have to send a follow-up letter. Now, me personally, what I did is after I sent my debt validation letter with this particular company, after I sent my debt validation letter, I followed up and I sent a 609 letter. I didn't just leave it at that. I followed up with them, and this has been ongoing for months. I probably sent them like 2 or 3 609 letters. Excuse me. But you're going to want to make sure that if they do not remove that collection account from your credit after the debt validation letter has been sent, you follow up and you send the 609 letter. And again, you're going to send it certified mail. Any letters that you send out, send it certified mail so you have a record of when that company received that information. Okay. And like I said before, I did a few 609 letters. Eventually, that company, after these 3 months, they did go ahead and agree with me and remove it off of my credit. Hopefully, they do the same with you. Hopefully, you guys, it does not take you guys 6 months. 3 to 4 months to get some creditors off of your account. But if it does, be patient and keep fighting. Now, some of you guys may have medical collection accounts. Medical collection accounts. I love those type of accounts because they are the easiest to dispute. They are the easiest to dispute because of a thing that we call HIPAA. If you have a medical bill and that account is sold to a collection agency, that medical company has just violated the HIPAA law, potentially. So if you have a medical collection, what you're going to do is pretty much the same thing, but you're going to change up your wording in your validation letter. You're going to want to send the HIPAA validation letter to any medical collection creditors that is on your report. When I did mine and my mom's and a few other people, I never got a follow-up letter. Like once I send out the HIPAA validation letter, they automatically remove it. Like there is no fight when it comes to the HIPAA law. So that's why I say that particular type of collection account, I love those because those are the easiest. There's no fight. But yeah, so you want to make sure that you send the HIPAA validation letter. Now there may be some of you that have student loans. You may have some student loans that are showing as late payments. You may have some student loans that are showing as late payments. You can request to have those late payments removed from your credit report. You can do that. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to send a goodwill letter. And again, certified mail. You're going to send a goodwill letter to the creditor, to the student loan servicer, whichever one it may be. And you're going to ask them to remove those late payments. You're going to explain your situation about why you fell behind and things that you are trying to accomplish and things that you have accomplished that that shows that you have been making your payments after those late payments have appeared, that you have been making your payments, and you're going to ask them for a second chance and to remove those late payments off of your credit report. Especially now in this day and age when everything that's going on, now would be a good time to do that. But yes, for student loans, send your goodwill letter to get those late payments removed. Again, that will help your credit jump up. Also, going back to what I said before, not all when you send your debt validation letters, right? And I had this with this current company. When I sent out my debt validation letter, one creditor removed the account with no problem. They removed it. However, it stayed on two of the other creditors. When that kind of situation happens, if you have a collection account and it was appearing on all three credit bureaus, and one credit bureau or even two credit bureaus decide to remove that account, but that account still remains on another credit bureau, you can send a follow suit letter to the creditor that still has that credit account, that collections account showing. And in that letter, it simply states that the other credit bureaus have removed this collection account. Here's my proof. Can you follow suit and remove the credit account from my report? Most of the time they will do it. I have not received a pushback here as of yet. Most of the time they will do it, especially if you send the proof that the collection account has been removed from the other credit bureaus, and they will follow suit and do the same. A lot of you guys may have been trying to apply for credit somewhere, either credit cards, store credit, car loans, any place that has run your credit. You may not know that you have had your credit pulled a lot. That it doesn't really it affect, of course, anytime they do a hard pull on your credit, it does affect your credit score, but it also makes an inquiry report, and those inquiries stay on your credit report for a very long time. What you can do if you want to get those inquiries removed from your credit report is you can send an inquiry remover letter to the credit bureaus to have those removed. Because you don't want that. You don't want those inquiries to stay on your account forever, because credit card companies can definitely tell how many times your credit has been pulled, especially if it's for a credit card. So you want to have those type of inquiries removed from your credit, so you can definitely send your inquiry removal letter to have those removed. Now, so those are some things that I did for my personal credit, my mom, and some other people in order to get their credit score in a very good state. You guys, if you're on my personal Facebook page, you've seen my credit score the other day that I posted. This is the process that I took. I had to do all of it. I started back in, I believe, September of last year. My credit score was 590 something. And as I sit here today, my credit score is in the 700s. So it may not be good for you, but it's excellent for me, especially from where I've been. And I did, excuse me, I did all of that on my own simply by doing the hard work. I told you guys the other day in my life, I'm not ashamed. I'm not scared to do any hard work. If it's going to benefit me and my family, I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to do it. You guys can do the same. Again, if you are wanting to start the credit repair process, get you a Credit Karma or a Credit Sesame account. Get you an Experian account. Make sure that you take a look at your collection accounts that are reporting on your credit. Not all companies report to all three credit bureaus. So you want to have access to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax to know what companies you need to dispute. And once you have that information, you're going to start out again by sending your debt validation letter. And you're going to send it certified mail. If that company does not, and more times than not, they do not remove it the first go around. They will respond to you. If they respond to you with some information saying that yes, this debt is valid, you are going to follow up and you're going to send your 609 letter. Again, certified mail. If you have a medical collection account, you are going to start off by sending your HIPAA validation letter. And again, certified mail. If you have student loans that are reporting as late payments and you have since started to make on-time payments, or you have gotten on an income-driven payment plan, you can send a goodwill letter and ask them to remove those late payments. If you have had an account that was reporting on all three credit bureaus, and one or two of the credit bureaus have removed that collection account, but the other credit bureau still has that collection account showing, you can send a follow suit letter and request that credit bureau follow suit as the other credit bureaus did and remove that collection account. And then last but not least, you can have your inquiries removed by sending an inquiry removal letter. There are some other things that you can do when it comes to your credit, because sometimes the addresses may be wrong. They may have your name spelled wrong. So you can definitely clean that up as well. But for the most part, what you want to focus on first is those collections accounts. Okay. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, my information is at the bottom. My website, email, telephone number. You can definitely reach out to me by inbox or use the information that you see at the bottom of your screen to get in contact with me if you would like some assistance with trying to clean up your credit. Again, the information that I went over today is something that I personally did for my credit and my mom's credit and a few other people that I have been helping over these last couple of months. I'm not saying the things that I have given out today is going to give you the same results as they did me. It will take some hard work. Again, I started working on my credit September of last year, and I'm still working on it. If you have some questions, I am very willing to answer them. My contact information is listed below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have a good rest of your night.